Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a huge body of research and really boiling it down to the essentials for you. We're looking at the science of belief.
Right.
Specifically, the work from the Stanford Mind and Body Lab, led by Dr. Aaliyah Crumb. Our goal here is to get past, the simple affirmations and really understand the mechanics of how your mindset shapes your physical world.
And that's the whole game right there, the mechanics. We're moving beyond just think positive.
Right.
We're getting into a much more elegant reality, which is that mindsets aren't just thoughts. They're quite literally settings of the mind.
The settings.
Yeah, so the goal isn't mind over matter. It's about mastering mind and matter, the two together. That's where the real skill comes in.
I really like that framing. It takes it out of the realm of motivational fluff and puts it squarely in applied science.
Exactly.
So let's start there. If mindsets are settings, what does that actually mean? In this research context, what are we talking about?
So a mindset is basically the lens or the frame that orients you to an experience. And it's set by your core beliefs.
Core beliefs.
Yeah, these fundamental, often oversimplified judgments you have about what something is and why it matters.
Yeah.
And the key thing is, they aren't necessarily true or false. They're just. They're highly evaluative, and they literally create the reality that you end up perceiving.
Okay, so this is way deeper than just being an optimist or a pessimist. Can you give us some really granular examples of these settings?
Absolutely. So let's start with a really big one. Your worldview. Is your default setting for the world. Is it dangerous and hostile? Or is it basically safe and supportive? Or do you believe resources are scarce, not enough to go around?
Right.
Or are they abundant, full of opportunity? Those settings dictate how you move through your day.
And that alone it restricts or expands what you even think is possible to try.
Precisely. Then you can get more specific. Think about your abilities. You've probably heard of this one, the fixed versus malleable mindset.
Right, fixed or growth.
Exactly. Do you believe your intelligence is just set in stone? Or do you believe it's malleable, that it can grow with effort? A fixed mindset makes effort feel, pointless. A malleable one makes it essential.
And I imagine when the lab applies this to health, that's where it gets really intense.
I mean, take stress. Is your setting that stress will kill you? That it's just burning you out? Or is it that stress can actually be energizing, strengthening?
Okay.
Or food? Is healthy food a sacrifice? Something depriving and disgusting? Or is it indulgent and delicious? Even with something like a major diagnosis, is this an unmitigated catastrophe?
Yeah.
Or is it manageable?
Those examples make it so clear how powerful these filters are. And I think this is the most empowering piece for you listening right now. If they are settings, then something put them there.
Right.
Your culture, your upbringing, some painful experience. And if they were put there, that means you have the ability to learn how to change them.
That's it. They create our realities, but it's not magic. It's by design. And it happens through four interconnected mechanisms. Once you get these 4 steps, you can start to reverse engineer your own experience.
Okay, let's unpack those 4. This is like the operating manual for the mind-body connection.
So the first is attention. Your mindset acts as a filter. It literally changes what you pay attention to. If you believe the world is dangerous, you see more danger.
You're scanning for it.
You're scanning for it. Second is emotion. Mindsets change how you feel and what you expect to feel. Third is motivation and behavior. They dictate what you're motivated to do or not do. And then finally, the one that really gets people, physiology.
Physiology.
Your mindset changes how your body physically prepares for and responds to everything.
So my belief is basically acting like a preset filter for my senses and a directive for my biology before an event even happens.
That's a perfect way to put it. Let's make this real. We have that amazing story from our own production assistant right here.
Sure.
She got over a 10-year fear of flying just by repeating one phrase to herself. This is just an old setting in my mind.
And this fear was totally debilitating. It had shut down her ability to travel. So let's use your 4 mechanisms. How did that old belief work?
Okay, so the core setting, the initial belief, was probably meant to be protective. It was something like, my body can't be trusted, or I could have a medical emergency with no help.
Okay, so she gets on a plane. How does that setting guide her attention, the first mechanism?
Immediately, her brain gets the signal, scan for danger. So she starts paying hyper attention to every little physical sensation, a clammy hand,
Oh, yeah.
a little lurch in her stomach, her heart beating a tiny bit faster. She's gathering evidence for the danger she already assumes is there.
And that hypervigilance, that feeds directly into the second one, emotion.
Absolutely. All that selective attention combined with the core belief, it triggers this cascade of anxiety and fear. Normal bodily signals are interpreted as proof of impending doom. The anticipation of panic becomes the panic itself.
Which leads right to motivation and behavior. If you think you're in danger, what do?
You avoid it. Her motivation was pure flight or freeze. So for years, she just avoided flying altogether. And when she had to fly, she was just clinging to her seat, motivated only by survival.
And this all leads to the final and really the most incredible mechanism, physiology. How did that belief actually create the physical reality she was so afraid of?
The constant state of fear, the belief that her body was a ticking time bomb, it put her nervous system into a chronic fight-or-flight state.
Okay.
And that state is what created the feared symptoms. The nausea, the racing heart, the shortness of breath. Her belief was literally generating the physical reality she was trying to escape.
Wow. And just the awareness, realizing that setting was old, it was outdated, that was enough to break the loop. That story alone is just, it's proof of concept.
It really is.
So now, let's scale this up. How does science prove this on a massive clinical level? Let's talk about the placebo effect.
Right, the placebo effect is. It's really the cornerstone of all of this. For decades, in a clinical trial, half the people get the real drug, half get the sugar pill, the placebo.
And they used to just subtract that effect, right? Like it was noise.
Exactly. They just subtracted it out because it was considered not real, just your imagination.
But the research we're looking at now says the effects are absolutely real, physiologically real.
Measurable and undeniable. Placebos work, to some degree, in almost every trial. It's not just people saying, oh, I feel better.
Yeah.
When you believe you're getting a powerful painkiller, your brain releases its own endogenous opioids.
Wait, endogenous opioids, so the body is making its own morphine, basically.
It's manufacturing its own painkiller, yes, just from the belief. And we see it everywhere. A placebo for Parkinson's disease actually activates dopamine systems in the brain.
Wow.
Placebos can calm asthma, reduce immune responses, lower blood pressure. The belief that you are receiving care and are going to be okay. It activates your body's own healing systems, your immune system, your endocrine system, your nervous system.
So, this is the critical question then. If belief is so powerful, why not just prescribe mindsets instead of drugs? I mean, what are the limits?
That is the right question to ask. We can't just prescribe a belief. It's not that simple. They're deeply ingrained. But the key takeaway for you, for the listener, is this. The total effect of anything, medicine, food, a workout, is the combined effect of what's in it plus what you believe about it.
It's mind and matter.
Mind and matter.
And that combination effect was proven so well in the Maxalt migraine study.
This study is just incredible. They actually isolated the power of belief from the power of the drug. So you have migraine sufferers. They get either the real drug, Maxalt, or a placebo. But the labels are all messed with.
So let's take the first finding. What happens when they get the real drug, but they're told it's just a sugar pill?
When they got the real Maxalt pill, but were told it was a placebo, it worked significantly less well.
It worked less well.
Yeah. The negative mindset, the low expectation, it acted like a biological brake. It actively reduced the effectiveness of the real drug.
The mindset literally made the drug weaker.
Yes. Now flip it. When they got the inert placebo pill, but were told it was the powerful drug Maxalt, it worked about the same as the real drug that had been labeled a placebo.
Wait, say that again?
The sugar pill, labeled as the real drug, gave about the same amount of pain relief as the real drug that was labeled as a placebo.
So the power of the belief was roughly equal to the power of the drug itself in that scenario.
The pain-relieving effect of the pill was about the same as the pain-relieving effect of the belief.
That is an enormous power. We can't just leave that on the table. So let's talk application. Health habits. If someone listening is facing a really serious diagnosis, we already said the mindset isn't denial. It's not just think positive.
No, absolutely not. We're dealing with mind and matter, so you pursue the best possible medical care. But the research shows the most useful mindset is one of, this is manageable and my body is capable.
Manageable and capable.
That belief shifts your nervous system out of catastrophe mode and into preparation mode. And it has been shown to significantly reduce the physical side effects of treatment, like nausea and fatigue from chemo. The body isn't wasting all this energy fighting an internal panic.
That is so valuable. And we see this connection between expectation and biology play out in probably my favorite study, the milkshake study. This just flips the whole dieting world on its head.
The milkshake study is just It's a stunning demonstration. So we gave subjects the exact same 350-calorie vanilla milkshake on 2 different days.
Same shake.
Identical.
Yeah.
But we manipulated the labels. One time it was labeled indulgent, 620 calories, high fat, all the good stuff. The other time it was labeled sensible, low fat, only 140 calories.
Okay, so same shake, totally different mindset about what they were drinking. What did you measure?
We measured their levels of ghrelin. It's
Yeah.
often called the hunger hormone. Ghrelin tells your brain if you're satisfied or if you need to go find more food. If it stays high, you feel hungry, and your metabolism might slow down. If it drops sharply, you feel full and satisfied.
And what happened to their actual body chemistry?
When they believed they were drinking the indulgent shake, their ghrelin levels dropped at a 3-fold rate compared to when they thought it was the sensible one.
3 times faster.
3 times. Their bodies physiologically responded as if they'd consumed way more food based only on the setting in their mind.
This is the big counterintuitive lesson for anyone trying to eat healthy. The mindset of indulgence, of pleasure, of enjoyment, that's actually the superior setting, even for healthy food.
Exactly. When you eat something healthy, but your mindset is one of restriction, of scarcity, of, oh, I shouldn't be having this, you are literally signaling to your body that it's not getting enough. Ghrelin stays high. That can slow your metabolism and increase cravings, completely counteracting your efforts.
The mindset of pleasure is necessary for physiological satisfaction. That's a huge shift.
It is.
It's not about counting calories. It's about signaling satisfaction. Where else does this abundance versus scarcity setting show up?
It applies to everything. Take exercise. If you go into the gym with a mindset of scarcity, I'm so weak, I'm not doing enough, that belief changes how you experience fatigue. You're looking for evidence of failure. But if you adopt the setting of, I am capable and I am strong, the physical feeling of the weight in your hand can literally change. Your body actually recruits muscle fibers differently.
And it has to apply to something emotionally charged like money, too.
Oh, financial mindsets are incredibly powerful. If your core belief is scarcity, there's never enough, I'm about to lose it all, those 4 mechanisms kick in instantly. Your attention goes to bills, to what's missing.
Right.
Your emotion is fear, anxiety. Your motivation leads you to either hoard money and miss opportunities or spend recklessly to, soothe the fear.
So switching to a mindset of abundance isn't just wishful thinking, it's a physiological and behavioral shift.
It is. The mindset of, I can figure this out, I am capable of making money, it shifts your attention to opportunity. It motivates you to learn. And it gets your body out of that exhausting cortisol-fueled stress response.
This has been, wow, incredibly insightful. The synthesis for me is that our core beliefs about these big categories, our fitness, our money, our health, they're the most powerful settings we have, and changing them is a skill we can actually develop.
And, while those beliefs might have been set by culture or your upbringing, so you shouldn't be blamed for having them, you are profoundly empowered to consciously adjust them. Right now, you can flip the switch.
So as you think about this deep dive, about the science showing that your mindset directly influences your immune system, your endocrine system, your entire nervous system, consider this question. How much energy are your current restrictive or catastrophic mindsets costing your body right now? What if the simple, skilled act of choosing a belief of manageability, of capability, or even indulgence could free up all that vital energy for real healing, for genuine growth, and for finally achieving the goals that matter most to you? That's something worth thinking about until next time.